Hey, I want to talk about the biggest mistake being made in real estate right now. What's the biggest mistake being in real estate? Right now, a lot of folks are making the mistake, and I hope it's not you. If it is, call me, we'll fix it. But a lot of people are making the mistake of thinking that the national news equals the local news. The headlines equal the whole story. Here's the story. Right now in the real estate market, it's kind of a tumultuous time. Rates are obviously not 3% anymore. They're in the mid to high fives, sometimes 6, depending on your scenario. But inventory continues to go down. So one of the things that I'm seeing is example, in Malvern, 70% of the inventory that's available for sale is over $1 million. What does that mean? That means that the lower end, which obviously $1 million is not the lower end, but the lower end stuff, the 5s, the 4s, the 3s, which I don't even know what's in the 3s anymore, unfortunately are just gone and may never come back. And that's not a great thing. That's nothing that I take any pride or excitement in talking about, but it is something I need to stress, because if you are climbing that ladder in the first rung of real estate right now and you're in a place like Malvern, gosh, look out, because those numbers are economically unfeasible for builders and they just may never come back. And that's the hardest part of this market, is kind of having to make folks understand, explain to folks, if you will, that there are people getting priced out and it's not a temporary situation. It's very much a trend. It's a trend that I expect to continue. What's the good news? The good news, if you own a property like that as an investment and it's been really good for you, maybe it's time to sell that property, harvest the profits, put the money in the stock market, that's down, or 1031 into something different or bigger, restart your depreciation. So it's fantastic news for those folks. For the folks trying to buy a place, don't lose hope. There's a lot of good stuff going on. We're using the mortgage company that I started along with our team agents to help people buy down rates. We're sharpening the pencil. We're making sure that every time we have a buyer, they know exactly what's on the market, how the market is, what their price point is, what they can comfortably afford, and they know that they're going to be okay. So right now, do not panic. Inventory is increasing across the country, but locally we are still in a decline. So I run this number every week. You may have seen one of the videos. Lately it's been 1.4 properties sold for every 1 listed. This week we saw that actually come in a little bit, but it was still above 1.1, meaning 1.1 properties sold for every 1 that was listed. So as we move into the end of the year, we're going to see that continue. We are seeing price corrections. They are not reductions. These are a normal part of the cycle, the yearly cycle. These are the leftover, like late summer, kind of what I've referred to as going high in July sellers that now are, trying to catch up. I mean, there is an amount of greed or optimism, or however you want to phrase that is showing up with some sellers, and it's not happening. It's not happening. So we all have to be vigilant right now. We all have to figure out where we are, where we want to be, and think long term, because worst case scenario is rates go up and you're locked in. Best case scenario is rates come down as we move into next year. You're locked in and you're ahead of a frenzy of new buyers, because if rates do recede, we're going to get a reigniting of buyers. It's kind of like a rubber band and we're pulling back the demand. Those rates go down, you don't want to be in the rubber band. You want to be already having your house and taking advantage of that reduction in rate, because that is going to create much, much more competition. If rates do fall, if they go up, you're locked in and you're all good. For more information, as always, just reach out to me. Have a great day.